It's been a long season. It's been a long 12 races, but here we find ourselves in the season finale here in the Viva Las Vegas Grand Prix, ending off the North American run here in pole position racing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season finale of season 9 here. Hope everyone's having a good day, and as we watch the drivers get out on track very quick to a track they have all said they do not like. It is, of course, myself, Brad, bringing you in the finale of this season, and then along with me is, of course, the beautiful voice of Syntex. And Syntex, welcome here to this season finale. How are you feeling today? And have you driven Las Vegas yet, I have to ask?
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, I've been driving on Las Vegas, and I have only the bad words for this track. You're losing grip here a lot, no matter which setup you'll take. Trust me, I was even trying to drive on this track with the Monaco setup, and it doesn't work. So this particular track is very, very difficult. A lot of straights. So this is a huge potential for us to see maybe some good fights, good battles. But me no likey this track. Me no likey.
It is a track that I think even in real life there were a lot of controversial opinions on it. A lot of people didn't like it, a lot of people did. And we'll see how things end up as we kind of watch our drivers go through. And this section of the track here is the end of the first sector, I think is my least favorite part. Because the second and third sector really are just straight lines with a little bit of hoopla here and there. But speaking of hoopla, the hoopla of the day is going to be talking about this Drivers' Championship. At the end of 12 rounds, we are down to the question, will it be John Meister here, who we just saw go past, or will it be Gragson, the Red Bull driver versus the Mercedes driver? This gives me very much 2021 feelings, Syntax.
Yeah, exactly. This is the same thing that I was thinking about. We have almost exactly the situation, of course, a different track, but the conditions are almost identical. This race is very important for both drivers, and I believe today John Meister and Gragson will be trying to give everything what they have. This is the only option.
Yeah, it really is. Give it all or give none. And I've got it up on the screen right now for stream. John Meister must finish top 3. And depending on where John Meister finishes and if John Meister has fastest lap or not, will determine where Gragson needs to finish. So Gragson has to finish at least top 10. And John Meister must finish top 3 or higher, depending on where Gragson finishes. So, what does that mean for us? Well, if Gragson DNFs and John Meister can finish 3rd or higher, he automatically becomes champion. If John Meister DNFs, Gragson will automatically be champion. So these two drivers have a lot riding on this race, and I'm very, very excited to see where they land themselves as things go. We have about 14 minutes left to go in qualifying. We still haven't seen the first lap times go in Syntex, so it's taking the drivers quite a little bit of time to get around, and as I say that, Wasserschwein kicks us off with a 133.158, and is going to be nice and relaxed here through. Debe comes through 132.5. What sort of time are we expecting for pole as we watch the drivers go around?
1 minute 31, maybe 5, 4, 3, something like this. Because trust me, I have a lot of difficulties just to put the time somewhere around 1 minute 32. As we can see right now, Myros with a beautiful time. 3/10 of a second faster than Agelasdi. So this is something unusual that we haven't seen previously. Of course, not being mean to Myros, but as I seen Myros feeling here very good and very comfortable. Baran with as a first driver with 1 minute 31. John Meister just finished the line with 1 minute 32.3, but where is Gragson? Gragson is also finishing right now, and he's second, 1 minute 31.9. So as we can see, the time differences are pretty huge right now, but of course it's just the beginning of the qualification. We still have plenty of time, and yeah, as you mentioned, Gragson and John really need to give everything what they have, especially that both of them, as an inside info, really don't like this track, and probably this is the first and the last time that we can possibly see Las Vegas in PPR. I hope so, fingers crossed.
That is unless Debe wins, and then Debe will put it every season, twice a season. So
Yeah.
just just hold your breath there for that one. But no, actually, this track it's just different. I don't know how else to explain it. It is just different. And it's a track that presents a lot of unique challenges and just a lot of weird things. I don't know how else to explain it. But it is the big flavor of the day for the wonderful F1 media and for everything with Formula One. They decided to go Viva Las Vegas and live it up. So here we are, and we are going to give it a run here in PPR to see what happens with it. I'm riding on board with Godfather here through the second sector, and this is where you start to see some of the unique challenges. There's walls, there's curves, there's a lot of weird things with this track that's set up. And as we run down the strip here, you can see Godfather getting very, very close. Look up there on the right, all the lights of the hotel. This track is really pretty to look at, but it doesn't drive as well as it looks. As we go past the Eiffel Tower here, down the straight, and you can see he is flat, just maxing the RPMs all the way down here into Sector 3. A weird little chicane thing here, and then it's flat through around. And again, the track just doesn't drive as good as it looks. It does look really good, though, I will say that.
Yeah, I fully agree. Especially that we have 9 corners here on the track. So this is pretty unusual thing as a F1 track. A lot of straights. We have almost like 1, 2, 3, 4 straights. But the whole aspect of this track is over 1 minute and 30 seconds. So it's pretty long track, nevertheless. And what I wanted to mention that we have something unique in this league, because right now, as you mentioned, the Godfather, this is our one of the first drivers that we have in this league. So this is amazing to see that our older drivers coming back to us once again, no matter what reasons they have, like they have to left, etc. This shows that this league have something special and unique, that we have maybe for now a small community, but everyone after a little bit, I would say, time spent here can feels like in home.
Yeah, and that's the big thing with it. That's why this league has gone on 9 seasons when there's many leagues that maybe just didn't make it past their first couple of seasons. The very tight-knit community here in PPR. And of course, if you're interested in joining, getting involved, exclamation Discord in the chat if you're watching live on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, go down to the video description and join in. Always taking new drivers in and always enjoying having more people through. Baran, 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. I think that is the first time I've seen that happen. I don't know exactly what caused that. Interesting.
Yeah, pretty interesting. So I hope today's video wouldn't be a little bit cliche with the memories of whole season or maybe 9 seasons comparing each race to race, but it always has bring something like this when we have a last race in a season, right? And many seasons we spent together talking to the microphones, Brad.
Yeah, it's I've been around since season 3. Of course, Syntax, you've been around since the beginning, so that is what really, stands out to me. It's just been a long time with a lot of good races, a lot of good moments. It's a lot of fun. And it's one of those things that, I'm very thankful to be in this league and be involved and see things through. Even though it's one more race for this season, I can't officially confirm this, so you may not have heard it from me. And drivers, if you're listening when you're supposed to be driving, I'll know when I say this. I already have somewhat of an idea of the schedule for Season 10, which is pretty exciting to say that I already know that, there's some glimmer of a future going forward and coming onto another season towards us. So keep your eyes peeled for announcements on that coming up. I can't officially confirm anything today, of course.
It will take the time I believe next maybe 2-3 weeks, since we'll have more informations and more details about upcoming season. But for now, let's focus on our grand finale, creme de la creme, Las Vegas. Right now, John Meister is still losing time to Graxent, and it's almost 4/10 of a second. So pretty huge time gap between them. But of course, we know that it's not only about the pace in the qualifications. It's also a good management in the with the tire strategy and the whole aspect of racing, right?
Yeah, the thing with qualifying is, and I've said this every race, and I'll say it every time, having the one lap pace and putting in that best qualifying lap you can is great. It's fine, it's grand, it's dandy, but the thing is, you have to remember that you can put in that best qualifying and then completely bend it in the race and ruin it with poor strategy or bonehead passing, whatever it may be. So having that good pace is one thing, but the thing that has definitely gotten John Meister through this season has been consistent race finishes, and he's consistently been finishing well, and that is why our battle is John Meister and Graxit right now. Even though right now it looks like Baron, Graxit's teammate, has a dominant run, 131, 227, absolutely storming forward with a time.
It's almost a second between him and Jack, and Jack's placing himself on a P7. P7. 8/10 of a second between P1 and P6. I don't remember we've seen something like this.
I think Baron has put a lot of practice in this week, is what I'm seeing. Of course, Constructors Championship is already secured. Red Bull have won the Constructors Championship for Season 9 here in PPR. So it really is just who is finishing as a champion in the Drivers' Championship. And at this point, it is the question, Graxit, John Meister, what happens? I mean, they could both wreck turn one, lap one. We never know. And so it is really just a case of hold your breath and keep things together, and let's wait and see what happens here. Kashi has gone through and put in laps. I'm trying to see what other drivers are currently out on push laps. Debe and Buchik are out on out laps. Looks like Kula's in the pits. Godfather's on an out lap. And there is a lot of different things going on the track. Run plans are starting to get mixed up. And we've got about 5 minutes left to go here in qualifying Syntax. And it's 0.6 of a second between Baran and Kashti.
Yeah, this is almost incredible to see. But you mentioned that they might crash at the beginning of the race, and I'm afraid that we might see today some carnage, because this is the first time on this track. We know from the past that when we are racing on the new track, we've experiencing such a mess, right? So still, turn 1, turn 2 here, maybe turn 3 might be a disaster, because the braking bias here works a little bit different than in any other track. I don't understand it why, but right now we've seen on Debe, for example, he was braking much earlier, but still go too wide on a turn. I don't understand why it does work like this, but maybe this is the Las Vegas roads. You should tell us more, because you will know more about it.
It is, of course, the other side of the U.S. for me. But yeah, one of the big things that I know with Las Vegas is they spent a lot of money and resurfaced the roads and did a lot of stuff with it. But of course, you know, you can resurface a road all you want, but whenever a storm drain then sucks up into the bottom of a Ferrari, it does not matter what happens with that. So there's a lot of different things that are going to be happening, and we're going to have to just kind of keep our eyes on it and see what happens. And it looks like actually we've got a raid on Twitch. Somebody has joined in. The Funky Bunch is here for Graxent. So I think we can go ahead and say who is possibly going to be the fan favorite here is the Red Bull driver, because it looks like a lot of people showing up into Twitch to support Graxent forward for a win.
Fingers crossed, and we hope we will see something on chat like Art Graxen, because it's not rhyming as Max Verstappen. We know the song, but today another Dutchman have a really good chance and an opportunity to stand on a podium with his championship title, and it will be a second one. So this is a legendary battle, and we still need to wait over 3 minutes. I don't see because I still have like yellow flags. Okay, 2 minutes and 25 seconds until the end of these qualifications. Right now, a lot of drivers on the outlap, but I'm afraid and I'm still wondering what is happening with the Baran's 5 places because he was like running on the road and behind him was Simon that was with the lack of the fuel and probably game treat that as Baran was blocking the road for Simon. So this might be stupid, but how many things in this game was clearly broken?
I don't have a good answer, but I'm going to tell you probably a lot of things as we watch here. Buchik retires from the session, and it looks like that is just a pit lane retirement with just 1:30 left. This is going to be the moment where the drivers put everything in and do everything they can to put a lap down. We're going to watch Graxon's lap through because it looks like John Meister is just coming through the third sector on an outlap. So this is going to be the big battle. Baran with that 5-place grid penalty. Even though he is up by 0.6 of a second, the farthest forward he will start is 5th place unless stewards do something between qualifying and the race, which we've never seen them do before, but hey, there could be a first time for everything. Now watch Graxon through the middle sector here, Syntex. He does very, very well. Jalajne 5-place grid penalty, illegal blocking now as well. What is that about? I've never seen that before. That's the first time I've seen that penalty given out here, and it's very confusing. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, we go through third sector here, Syntex. What can Graxon do to get this pole?
We'll see one turn left because we have a straight road in front of the Graxon's wheels, and we'll see that will Graxon improve his time or not. Yes, he does, but not enough just to cover his pole position right now. Baran unbeatable with truly amazing performance. No, I'm speechless because I wasn't even considering that someone might possibly get a time with 31.2, maybe 1. Amazing. Hats off, Baran. A really good job.
Yeah, Baran with
what about John Meister?
John Meister, purple middle sector. John Meister is up through the middle sector, so this Mercedes driver might still bring the heat back in on to Graxon. And of course, remember, Baran 5-place grid penalty, so technically it is Graxon in P1 right now. So as we go around, John Meister will come around the final corner here to the line. He brings it forth. So it's going to be Graxon, Cashty, John Meister, our front row. Unless another driver has something to bring, Cashty will be the next driver across. Cashty is up through the middle sector, coming around the final corner. Cashty comes across the line. Improves, but not enough. Graxon retires to get the session going. Jalajne is coming through. Baran will be coming around into the pit lane. Baran with an absolute dominant run now. Jalajne comes across the line, improves up to 6th place. Jack goes up to 5th place just behind him. More drivers coming across now. Debe will come across in 10th. Not Velocity will lock it in 6th place. Tazo is in the pit. So the last two drivers to come across is the Haas of Maverick, who will lock it in 13th. And then in 14th place, we will be looking for Wasserschwein to see if he has any improvement. The grid separated by just a couple of seconds, so very, very competitive times around a very long lap here in Vegas. And of course, behind Wasserschwein will be the Aston Martin of Myros, and that will be our final two drivers. Wasserschwein brings it across the line, 1:33.2. He was down on his time, and then Myros comes across, and I did not see what Myros did, but Artemis Esports joining us in the chat to support their driver Graxon, and as it sits, Graxon is going to be on pole position here because Baran will have to serve a 10-place grid penalty.
Yikes.
That spices things up. So it's going to be Graxon, Cashty, John Meister, and Jack, our front two rows going in. And Syntex, Baran with 10 places and Jalajne with a 5-place penalty. What is that?
I don't understand why it's happening like this, but I'm so happy because it makes our beginning of the race so spicy, and I already have a goosebumps. But our race didn't even started yet.
Absolutely. Everybody stick with us. We are going to take a quick break, get things set up, and when we come back, it will be race time here at Pole Position Racing for the season finale here in Las Vegas. All right, and the culmination of 12 rounds of action comes down to this. As we wait on the drivers to get their setups going, everybody get comfortable. Let's give you a reminder of what's at stake here. How will Graxent become champion here in PPR Season 9 against John Meister? John Meister will have to finish top 3 regardless. Graxent does have the easier challenge, but Vegas is anything but an easy track. So, hold your breath, get ready for the action. We've got several laps to go, and we will see how things go. Welcome, everybody, to the final round of Pole Position Racing's Season 9 here in Las Vegas. It is, of course, myself. My name is Brad here, and I'm joined by the beautiful Syntex. We are your commentators, and we will be bringing you all the action here. And Syntex, we see a lot of activity in the chat, a lot of support from Graxent's teammates and Graxent's friends. We know Graxent has some people backing him here. What is going to happen, though, when the cards are on the table and the pressure is on?
Definitely stress will be huge. Of course, we are waiting for the formation lap, so we still have a moment. Stress will be extremely huge, and I will not be able just to hold this. Definitely my feet will be jumping on the pedals. That's for sure. So, coming to the conclusion, I just don't want to be in a John Meister or Graxen skins right now.
Yeah, I do not want to be in their shoes because the pressure is high. And we did talk about the penalties randomly given out that we didn't understand. The reason it took us a couple minutes longer than we normally see is because those penalties were being assessed real quick by stewards. And as we can see, it is going to be a Red Bull 1-2 lockout. Baron and Graxent will start front row. John Meister will start 4th place. And as we pace around this formation lap, the question does become, what can the drivers do in order to get their way forward? Variety of tire combos out there, Syntax, and for 25 laps around this long track, I would say we expect a 1-stop.
Yeah, it seems reasonable, but please don't ask me what will be the best strategy because I haven't racing here, so I have no clue. But it seems like on the 25 laps, medium to hards, maybe medium to softs, depends on how much tires will be used in the race. I have no idea, being honest, and I can't see the proposition from AWS, so no information here.
Yeah, AWS, for the first time ever, has not told us 20 times what the pit stop strategy is, which I figured they would tell us by now what to be looking for, and they haven't. So, yeah, kind of surprising. I think some big storylines to watch out for here. Debe back in 9th place. He seemed pretty comfortable on Discord talking about this track, so I think Debe may have a good run here today. Kazo, of course, is a driver with a lot of pace. Seeing him down in P11, slightly out of place for what we're used to. And, of course, Jack. Jack is a driver that he's missed the last few rounds, but he's back in for the season finale. Lots of good pace going through. And, of course, Godfather in P17, and now AWS tells us a pit stop strategy. They're saying medium to hard or soft, medium. So they're saying either a 1-stop or a 2-stop may work, depending on which way you want to go. And that is going to be where things get interesting. Drivers come around for the end of the formation lap. And Syntex, I'm not even going to ask you for predictions at this point because I think you and me both don't know where this is going to land.
Yeah, exactly. And just let's enjoy the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy the show indeed. We wait on P17 Godfather to slot into his grid slot. We see some drivers overshooting their lines. And ladies and gentlemen in the chat, hold your breath because we're about to bring you 25 laps of the season finale of Pole Position Racing. Our last driver slots into their grid slot, and you can see the lights ahead. The drivers see the lights. It's Viva Las Vegas. 5 red lights go underway, and we are live with the season finale of Pole Position Racing. And look at this, Baran gets away fairly slow there, and Graxit gets away even slower. Graxit's already overtaken by Castillo left side, and the 2 championship contenders come together. John Meister and Graxit come together on turn 1, lap 1.
No, what is
So many drivers come together in the beginning. So many drivers come together in the beginning. Graxit, John Meister, Velocity, Kula, Debe, Tazo, Buchik, Myros, and Jack all collected in the beginning of the run. And that is how we start a season finale. Kula, 5-second penalty for corner cutting and gets a place, so they give him a 5-second penalty. And at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, to remind you, it is a safety car deployed. But at the moment, if we were to stop the race now, it would be Graxit for the champion, because John Meister has to finish P3 regardless of what happens. What was that first corner, first lap, Syntax?
I don't know, but I've seen that Graxen have a poor start. Kasti was overtaking on his right, and John Meister have an amazing start also. And he was trying to attack on the inside, so there was no place to John, Graxen, and Kasti in the same time. So John Meister and Graxen, there was a contact and they touched the wall, so there was a lot of spinning cars, and every single driver except Kula have right now a 5 seconds time penalty. Kula have 10 seconds, so this might be like the best scenario for the show, but the poorest scenario for John Meister right now, and it is a tragic situation right now. And do you remember when I said that I just don't want to be in their shoes? Right now, I don't even more.
Oh my gosh, and just, wow, that is something. Oh my gosh, and now we see many drivers into the pits here. Myros will lead the charge into the pits, and it looks like Myros goes into the pits. Who else is going to go into the pits here? Buchix and Tazo is in, Kula is in, John Meister stays out, Debe, Velocity, and the championship leader Graxit stays in, or goes in. Oh my gosh. I am trying to see if there is a clip of that lap 1 incident. I'm hoping someone got a clip of that, because that was, oh my gosh, I don't know what just happened there. That was, I'm sure somebody will post us a clip, because I would love to put that up on stream and see a replay of it, because that could have championship implications, of course. Again, just a reminder, I know we just looked at this during the formation lap, but how does Graxit become champion? John Meister has to finish outside of the top 3, and Graxit must finish in the top 10. So,
Hey, but look, right now, John Meister is P9 and Graxen is P13, so this scenario is more possible to happen right now. Of course, it's still like over 6 positions on such a difficult track, but hey, nothing is impossible. Welcome to the PPR.
Anything can happen in pole position racing. Big shout outs to Wasserschwein and Godfather, both gaining 10 places there from the chaos of lap 1. Maverick and Barthez up 8 and 9 places respectively. And then, of course, Baran started in pole, holding on to pole here, and very, very comfortable in his position. And it is going to be very, very, very interesting to continue to watch. And just to answer a question in chat, Funky T-Bone said, one y'all is from the South, aren't you? I am from the U.S. Syntax is from Poland. However, saying I am from the South is accurate, as I am from the Southern U.S.
Yep. This is basically it. And, Bradley, this is probably the first time that we had such a mess at the beginning of the race, and this is probably the fastest safety car that we ever had.
That
I don't remember that we have any on any other track a safety car so early.
we've had lap 1 safety cars, but I cannot remember the last turn 1 lap 1 safety car. So that was yeah, that was a fun one. And it's, I hate that I'm saying but it is literally one of those that I don't know what to say to it. I just don't know. That has shocked me.
PPR, yeah, expect unexpected. It should be our slogan, you know?
It really should. I know what I'm working on during the off season now. Of course, my work with PPR never stops. So yeah, we'll have some fun during the off season. But we pace around here. Lap 2 Syntax. We've had about one corner of green flag running here in this final round. We're going on to lap 3 of 25, and you can see the lights are off on the safety car. So I think safety car will be in this lap.
Yeah, I hope so, because I will definitely want to see more racing than racing behind the safety car. But the situation from the 2021, when we have fight between Lewis and Max, also conditions under the safety car, isn't that like just the perfect scenario for the creme de la creme grand finale in Las Vegas?
One of the sayings I'm reminded of right now is art imitates life, and I'm finding that in this moment there is a lot of good imitation of many things coming forward. And as the drivers come around, I haven't seen the official call of safety car in this lap, but I thought safety car was coming in this lap. Was I wrong with that Syntax? I might have been wrong.
I'm not sure, but I suppose it should show us information much earlier, but we can clearly see that safety car is still running on the track. So one more lap.
One more lap behind safety car, and these are fairly long safety car laps, so it gives us a lot of time to sort of talk about everything that's going on. Tazo and John Meister into the pits again here, and well, I can't hit the right button. Sorry about that to all the viewers, but John Meister into the pits, serving his penalty and going on the tire. So this mixes things up significantly, especially because this will set John Meister into last place. But I'm guessing John Meister is probably going to be expecting another safety car here later in the run.
This is the one of the race that we have right now, so I would like to sit very comfortable in my chair, just lay down and just fully enjoy the show, because this is what I am expecting from race like this, when two are very, very good drivers. Of course, any other driver in our league are also very good, but the whole aspect of today's race is about the John Meister versus Graxen. And I would like to sit and just purely enjoy the whole race, just like shaking my hands because of the stress, of the nerves, and I would not be able to hold this this level of stress being as a driver. Of course, I was racing here also, but never in the conditions like those two drivers have today.
Yeah, and it does. It's one of those things that the drivers have to learn. They have to learn how to manage that pressure, manage that challenge, because it's one thing to be out here and be racing and be going for a win, but it's the final run of the season. There's no more races after this, and you know what your championship is dependent on. You know what you have to do to win this championship. And for Graxen, there is bragging rights on the line as well. He wants another win under his belt. He wants to add another win in. And for a lot of these drivers, they want another win. They don't care about the championship. They just want the win. They want to do everything they can and push forward and do everything that they know how to do and just cement their legacy here and win this final round of PPR Season 9, get a win on the record books, and move forward. But they've got about 21 laps to figure that out, as safety car will be in this lap, and that gives Baran the run of the field, and Baran takes off here at the pit entry line and goes around, and now it is a matter of Baran, Kashti, Jack trying to chase each other down here. Up front, Wasserschwein 4th and 5th, and the championship leader Graxen starting out in 11th, already making a move in turn 1 into P10. Side by side go the McLarens in 7th and 8th, and Myros in the mix as well. And you can see the McLaren there and the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull getting very, very racy, and Graxit finds another place right off the bat, up in a nice place on those 3-lap old hard tires. He's down into 10th, and side by side Tazo and Graxit. How does this end? Graxit will slot back into the line, and look behind Simon trying to charge forward. John Meister last place, just trying to keep things consistent, but Graxit is on a charge. He wants to move forward early on, and he's defending against Not Velocity. Very, very strong defense. It is going to be 10th place for Graxit now, and he just needs to work his way forward here, Syntax.
Yeah, we can clearly see that John Meister is right now trying to find the best path to overtake every single driver right now. Bucek and Simon was overtaken by John Meister, and we can clearly see that also John is trying to find his path to glory today, and I believe this fight still have a chance because 20 laps in front of us. Peter Tin, John Meister and Graxit on a P10. So right now Tazo overtake Bartes. Graxit is trying to find his own way to overtake 4 drivers right now. 3 drivers, I'm sorry. But this is so close to each other right now, and anything might happen. This particular track reminds me kinda of Singapore. Very tight moments sometimes on the track that 2 cars is enough to going wheel to wheel, and right now we can see that overtaking might be, but not have to be, kinda difficult.
Absolutely, and remember, this is a street circuit, so it does give those Singapore vibes off because it is just made out of public roads. They shut down the Las Vegas Strip just for this track. We can see here Myros and Tazo battling ahead of Graxit, and you can see the Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo side by side going through, and the drivers just absolutely pushing. They're holding nothing back. You would think there's some race strategy and some conservation going on, but imagine telling a race driver to slow down and calm down whenever there's a championship on the line. It's not going to happen, Syntax, as you know. Graxit sitting in 9th place here, just trying to chill out and relax. Jalajne in 6th place there in the McLaren, looking for a pass if he can find it against the Haas of Wasserschwein. Wasserschwein and Maverick, the 2 Haas teammates, 4th and 5th place respectively, and trying to hold on to it, but a lot of long straightaways, a lot of DRS. There's a lot of slipstream that comes into play, and as you can see, slipstream and DRS helping out Jalajne to get past Wasserschwein there into 5th place early on.
Exactly, and maybe for Graxit this situation is much better, but John Meister really cannot possibly. Oh no, that was so close. Kula just lost the grip, and John Meister was trying to attack, and there was a contact, but I hope there was nothing wrong with his front wing. Tazo is fighting wheel to wheel once again on the T1, but right now with the not velocity, Graxit is still on the P10. John Meister lost 1 position, and what I was saying, John Meister really have to push everything what he have right now. He doesn't have anything to lose, so it should be like 110% of his skills and using the car right now. Velocity just overtakes Tazo, and we can see that the main aspect of current race is all about a battle in the medium part of the grid. Nothing's happening much bigger on the front. Maverick losing 2 seconds behind Jack 2.7 seconds behind Kashti, and Kashti almost 2 seconds behind Baran. So situation is trying to calm down a little bit in the front. But what about the medium part of the grid right now? It's all about less than tenths, I would say. Look how much. I don't know, Bradley, just please.
The drivers are pushing is what Syntax is trying to say, and nobody's holding nothing back. The leaders have all kind of calmed down a little bit, and they're going through, but the mid-pack is where the battle is. And of course, we're focusing on this mid-pack, 1, because it's where the action is, 2, it's where the championship competition is here. And you can see side-by-side action with Myros, Not Velocity, and Wasserschwein. Look at this, Tazo and Graxit side-by-side. Tazo will have the inside into turn 1, but Graxit trying to take it around the outside here, and Kula retires out. and wrecks, it looks like, out on the main straight. And what does that result in here? It looks like safety car number 2, and I do want to mention we are running reduced safety cars. So seeing that second wreck is very, very surprising in that second safety car. But this might come in if the medium drivers want to try a 2-stop strategy. This might be just the right time for them. So this is going to be crazy to watch as we see Godfather coming through, and it looks like actually Godfather is disconnected from the session because his car is ghosted through, so I think his car is just kind of driving on autopilot. I was wondering why his gap had opened up so much. But safety car number 2 deployed here, Syntex, and did you see what happened to Kula?
Yes, and I didn't want to disturb you, but it was John Meister that was like a rocket ship on the turn 9 trying to attack Kula, and I believe it was Buciek. He overtaked Kula, but he was trying to brake too early. That's why probably Kula hit on the back of the John Meister's car. It was like brake check. Small, but it was. And I believe John Meister could possibly receive a penalty. So this situation also is not very good for him right now. Makes Graxen a little bit closer to winning the championship.
Absolutely, because if he gets a penalty, that is going to be huge in the championship implications. Kashi into the pits here. Jack into the pits. Looks like pit lane is going to get very, very busy very, very quickly for the drivers. Jack's in. Jack serving a time penalty here. Just a quick reminder, there are multiple drivers that have to serve time penalties out. Barthez will pick up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Jack in and out, and it is going to be Graxen stays out, Baran stays out, not Velocity. Tazo, Bucic, Debe stay out. Everybody else into the pits, and look at this. It is going to be Christmas tree colors on the tire information, because we have softs, we have hards, we have medium tires, all the drivers doing different strategies, and nobody knows which way to run. Question from chat here, Syntex. What are the prizes for the championship?
The prizes? Oh, that's... I have no idea, being honest. And this question came out of nowhere. Firstly, I will say that I'm glad that we don't see Inters that we have seen in a previous race out of nowhere, because there was racing, but it wasn't. And second thing, no, I have no idea. I'm so sorry.
All right, I will answer the question then. So the winner of this season is going to get a custom engraved trophy from our friends at racetracks.pl. Use code PPR10 on their online store to get 10% off their wide variety of products shipped straight from Poland. High quality cutting edge accessories and everything you need to show your love for racing in style. And then, of course, they will be giving prizes again at the end of the season. They give out the winner will get a prize from them. And then second place will get an F1 track model. Third place in the championship gets an F1 track model. But that first place winner gets a custom PPR championship trophy and their choice of an F1 track with an engraving. So that is what's on the line here, along with all the bragging rights of saying that you were the pole position racing champion here in the season. Godfather coming in saying he did lose connection. Very, very unfortunate to see for him. That the internet was dropped. Glad to see him on chat, though. He is trying to get back in and trying to continue to race through, and looking forward to seeing if he can get back in. But pit stops have cycled here, Syntex. Kind of talk us through what we're looking at in terms of who's done what and what may happen moving forward here.
Yeah, I'm sorry that we don't have actually updated this graphic, but there is no chance to predict any situation on the track, as we can clearly see, because disaster is not even a word that I'm searching for, and it's much bigger than that. And the big statue will goes to the winner of our championship, and right now it looks like it will go to Graxen, right now placing himself on the P3 after circumstances that we have on the track is a huge thing right now.
For sure. And while we've still got a little bit longer here, I haven't seen the message safety car in this lap, so I think we've still got a little bit longer. Let's talk about how we got down to this battle of Graxit and John Meister. 184 points versus 168 points currently. When you look at the Drivers' Championship, it is Graxit having 2 wins, but consistently finishing top 5. He has not finished outside of the top 5. So while John Meister has 3 wins and 7 podiums here so far this season, John Meister did, of course, finish P6 in round 1, and he DNF'd in Austria at the Red Bull Rings. So it's that matter of really consistent wins from John Meister with really, really consistent finishes in the top 5 from Graxit. That is what has gotten these 2 champions to the position they're in and why they are so close in their race right now for the championship. 16 points separating the 2, and it is going to be a matter of where things are. If you've missed the start of this race, you've missed a wild lap 1, and if you want to check it out later, youtube.com/polepositionracing, and check it out when we post the VOD after this race, because we will be posting the VOD and we will show everything. If anyone has a clip of that lap 1 incident, I'll be more than happy to show it after the race ends and show it up on stream, because lap 1 turn 1 was very, very scary, and I was worried that we were gonna have just absolute chaos from the start. We've only lost 1 driver so far in this race, and that was Kula, and that is what resulted in our 2nd safety car.
Exactly. 15 laps to go. I hope we would not see more safety car conditions. Oh, that's nice. On the billboards are actual drivers. I didn't saw that before. But yeah, 15 laps, now 14. Situation on the track is changing faster than in Kaleidoscope, so we cannot predict anything here. Even if we would like to, there's no chance to do that. John Meister placing himself on the P15 right now. For me, sorry, but for me, it's almost, maybe not impossible, but the conditions to came on the podium are not even difficult. I don't have a word to describe this, but it will be almost impossible.
See, the question for me isn't whether Graxit will finish outside the top 10. It's whether John Meister can get up in the top 3. I don't think unless something crazy happens, I don't think Graxit will drop back, but I'm riding on board with John Meister here just to show you the line of cars ahead of him that he's got to compete with. And this is where the challenge is, but this is also where champions are made. This is where the championship can be decided, and if you want to prove yourself a champion, this is where you do it. Big moves and big moments like this is where you prove your championship and prove that you're worthy of that champion position. Baron, Not Velocity, Graxit, Tazo are our top 4 at the moment, and of course Baron will be the one in the lead, and Baron will be the one that will decide when we get back going green, when we go green. And you can see the call here. Safety car in this lap. They've now called it. Took him a second there to throw it, but we're going to jump on board with Graxit for this restart, because look at this. They're going to slot out 3 wide and settle things down, because Baron is going to back the pack up. Now remember, the Drivers' Championship is already secured for Baron and Graxit and the Red Bull drivers. So the Drivers' Championship is decided. Or the Constructors' Championship. It's the Drivers' Championship. And what is Baron going to do to play the teammate game? And Wasserschwein with a 5-second penalty for a collision with John Meister. So something has happened back there in the back of the pack.
Yeah, I don't see that John Meister have a broken wing, and I have no idea what is happening right now. But they are losing a lot of time right now to the rest of the grid, over 2 seconds, and it's not that good for them. Already we have a restart. Graxit is pushing hardly on a velocity. Wasser with another 5 seconds time penalty. I don't understand what's happened, but we have another DNF in this race, and it is Wasser's fine. We have a yellow flag, and we have another safety car.
And safety car number 3 deployed. And, you know, I commentated a race last night. It was a short track, half-mile oval race. Laps were about 15 seconds a lap, and we ended up having 14 safety cars last night. or 14
14?
cautions. Yeah, 14 cautions last night. And one of the things that I talked about last night with the person I co-commentated with is that safety cars breed safety cars. And I think that might be the little bit of the moment that we're in. And even with reduced safety cars, this is a little bit crazy to see that this is the third safety car.
I will disturb you, sorry, but because of the Las Vegas is the newest track on this game, I heard that this particular track have some bugs and problems. Do you remember what was happening on the Monaco and Azerbaijan in the previous games? On the Monaco, there was a carnage and we haven't seen a single safety car. So maybe here is like, even that we have a reduced safety car, it might be like quite opposite. So imagine if it will be normal. I'm so sorry that I disturbed you, Brad, but I wanted to explain this aspect.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, honestly, and it brings up good points there. It is very, very possible that is what's happening, and I don't know for sure if that is what it is, but the way this feels, it would not surprise me. So just gotta kind of keep our head down and watch, and hopefully we'll get some good green flag running as things go, and we'll see how the drivers opt to do things. Jalajne's into the pits. It looks like Myros is into the pits. I see Godfather's into the pits. So is Barthez and John Meister.
Of course, we as a commentators not always have a lot to say, especially that we have 6 laps in a row under the safety car conditions and we haven't like a proper racing yet. But since now, in my opinion, it will be all about the pace and tire strategy, nothing more. The best example right now, what we have is Baran. This is our third safety car, and Baran wasn't in a pit lane even once. So I believe Graxent and John Meister should, maybe more John Meister, because we can see that maybe this situation is very stressful for him. Lots of mistakes. Maybe that contact with Wasserstein was also with the John Meister. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the situation from that moment. But I hope we wouldn't see any safety car on this race ever again. Please.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit painful, I'm not gonna lie. It's yeah, I'm all about, being safe and keeping things going, but man, I just want good, hard green flag running, and I just want to see things go through and move forward while they can. It is just a question, again, of what can happen where. And I've mentioned Constructors' Championship a few times. I do want to touch on that because at the moment, Mercedes are in a 3-point lead against Tazo and Cashti and Alfa Romeo for P2 in the Constructors. And then it is the battle for P4 between McLaren and Ferrari. So many things to be figured out on that side as well, because the gap is 3 points between Mercedes and Alfa Romeo for the Constructors. And as it sits, Alfa Romeo would take P2 in the Constructors today too. So Mercedes not having the best final race that they could have, and they really, really do need to step things up here moving forward.
Still have time. 11 laps to go, but 9 of them was under the safety car. Of course, it is not a grand finale that we would like to see, but sometimes we have races like this, and dealing with that is just like purely enjoy what we have. And I hope those 11 laps that left will be pure racing, as you mentioned, and we will see something nice as a battle between very good drivers.
Yeah, and this battle is going to shape up all the way to the end, and I really don't know where things are going to land. And just a little bit of a report too, for those of you who are not in the Discord looking at, currently there has been a investigation reported to the stewards for from Kula involving John Meister and a bump at the start-finish line specifically. I don't see what lap that was on, but it was between Kula and John Meister. So that has been turned into the stewards and will be investigated post-race. And that will keep things moving forward. And we'll see what the stewards decide there. We're coming around middle sector, and I forgot how long these safety car laps could be. So I'm running out of things to talk about. Please, drivers, don't give me another safety car, because we're going to be 10 laps to go at the line. And I believe that we will be back to green flag racing after this, Syntax, I hope.
I hope so. It is a good time for it. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boss.
It truly is. And we see pit strategies are mixed up a bit. Graxon still needs to pit. I do want to point that out. Graxon still needs to pit. And safety car is called in this lap pretty late into the third sector. So that's kind of surprising. But safety car will be in this lap. Graxon still needs to pit. Tazo needs to pit. Because I don't think they can make it to the end on tires. I'm trying to see. They all have done a stop. But I think asking their tires to go to the end might be a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, but finally, safety car already in the pit, and we are coming back to racing, Brad.
Oh, a little bit of tire lock up in the back, as it looks like actually that was Kashti who got caught off guard. He thought the grid had gone, and then it didn't. And now we are back underway here. You see Baron, Not Velocity, and Graxon getting away well. Kashti holding on to things here, and drivers in the midfield battling, and watch that battle right there. P12 John Meister is going to be working on charging his way forward. Jalajne in 10th place, trying to get a run on Jack in 9th. Very, very close behind. Does he have the run? Jack defends it. Jalajne slots back in. Jack's going to be on the inside. Jalajne try to go the long way around the outside with those soft tires. Then he bumps the wall, loses its front wing. Everybody behind him goes defensive. And that is going to knock Jalajne's race over. But checking back in with the front of the field, Graxit settling in behind Not Velocity with his teammate Baron in the lead. And the Bulls are 1 and 3, pushing their way to the end as much as they can.
Oh yeah, and definitely you as a Red Bull fan probably will be cheering to Bulls today for standing on the podium. I hope we will not see another safety car, but Maverick is standing on the track and we have a virtual safety car. There's a span from Maverick, but nothing bigger happened to him. Yeah, and then it's only virtual safety car. It's better to go like this, you know. It's not a safety car. Oh no, never mind. Oh,
spoke too soon. Virtual safety car was upgraded to a full safety car. So. Oh man. Why FIA? Why? There's no need for a safety car here.
Brad, we as a commentators are voting and boycotting right now this race, and I want to see a full proper race with turned off the safety cars. It might be like carnage, it might be a destruction derby, I don't, you know what, and I want to see people driving and racing, not actually a fourth time safety car and another 3 laps under these conditions. But John Meister is on the P3 right now.
John Meister is in P3 and Graxon is in P7. Let's check who has the fastest lap. It's currently Baron. But we're within 9 laps to go, and everybody is on softs except for Kashti and Myros and Maverick. And John Meister and Godfather are on used soft tires. So gonna be a wild race. And I've sent a message to race control just to confirm what settings we're running, because this is why was the VSC upgraded? Are the stewards on crack? And I do have the confirm from the admin that this is indeed the reduced safety car settings. So this is indeed set properly, but still crazy. Wow.
Yeah, we are speechless, and I hope every single viewer right now will understand us as a commentators. And the only thing for the next 2 laps, we can ask you, how's your weather? Because it's pretty snowy in the Poland right now.
It is raining here in Kentucky, so not too bad here in the USA. It is a little bit rainy. Has been. We're talking about maybe some snow tomorrow. We'll see what happens as my weather goes through. However, the weather in Vegas, it's nice and sunny. Syntax,
Sunny
imagine
in
if
the
it was
night.
raining.
Oh, I just wonder. I'm just wondering about it when you were talking about raining in the US, and the first thought that I have in my head, like, what if there will be raining? And to be honest, this race might be even worse than a Monaco. And I will. Oh, I'm so sorry for the drivers, but it will be so funny. Do you remember when there was a race in, I believe it was Miami, when the situation on the track was that hilarious that we couldn't stop laughing. I don't remember what was going on about it, but I remember that we have a lot of fun of it.
I do remember that because it made it into my highlight reel for the year. Whenever I had the highlight reel made earlier this year, that specific moment of us just cackling made it into my commentary reel. So, yes, I 100% remember that. Maverick with a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Barthez. What? What?
It looks like the game is treating Las Vegas as every single contact. Something's happened. I don't know. 5-second penalty, 5-second penalty, 5-second penalty. No matter what drivers will done. Safety car penalty, safety car penalty. Come on, like, game, please. Just get more chill. Give it us a proper final that we have. And it's not that much because it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 laps to go. Please, just please. I don't want to see another 3 laps under the safety car. Just give the drivers a proper racing, please, pretty please.
I really want to try to do the UFC introduction and do that because we are in Vegas, and I'm really thinking about trying to pull out the UFC intro because
You have time because the safety car.
Oh my gosh!
So please, Brad, go on.
No,
go
no,
on.
I'll save it. We'll save it.
Safety car this lap.
Oh, thank you. I was wondering when that would happen. But yeah, Bruce Buffer, can I hire you for pole position racing? It'd be nice. Safety car in this lap. We're back underway. And Kashti takes control of the field here. And we are back going green flag racing lap 18. Look at this. John Meister up the inside. He's getting real aggressive because he knows behind him is the Bulls. And he knows he needs to move. John Meister up into P2 here. But not only does he need P2, he's got Barad up the inside. Barad goes around and grabs it. But grabs it, somehow keeps it going. And no, safety car deployed. No, safety car not deployed. Wait, no, we're still going. There's no safety car. What is happening? Wait, there is a safety car. But I don't have the safety car indicator.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It
So it looks like they might be racing, but safety car is still on the track.
What? What?
Yes, Bradley. Yes. What? Is the best question right now. Ladies and gentlemen, F1 23.
I just, I said something very, very unpolite that I won't say on stream on Discord. So if you're a member of the Discord, you can see my true opinion of what just happened. However, if you are not, you are just going to hear my professional opinion of saying that I don't know what is happening because I'm very, very confused. And it looks like some reports coming in that Graxent has front wing damage possibly, but I'm not sure where this is going. I'm very, very confused because I don't visually see wing damage for Graxon either on my screen, but as it sits, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. I'm very confused because I'm still seeing safety car through. Burt Mylander, very happy with his job.
They might racing because there's no safety car, but safety car is actually on the track. Let's check from the. Oh, safety car! Now now it disappeared on the track, but I still can see a yellow dot on the track.
Okay, it's in the pit lane now, so I think we're officially green flag racing lap 19. Here we go, and Graxon into the pits. I think it's Graxon into the pits. This could cost him his championship. Graxon into the pit.
But why? It's like
and it's front wing change.
6 laps to go. No chance.
Graxon
Something
into the
might
pits.
happen.
Oh my gosh. Graxon has to get back inside the top 10. Either he is extremely confident in his pace, or he does believe another safety car is going to come out. We're 6 laps to go here. And at this point, John Meister needs to put the hammer down. Did he just lose his championship for a front wing change syntax?
For now, it might look so, but just remember what he done on Spain when we have like 2 laps to go and Graxon was just flying. So maybe another cheat code for Graxon with some additional pace, I don't know. But right now, 15 seconds. 15 seconds lost time to Godfather on the P15 and John Meister right now on the P2. This is unbelievable.
John Meister with a beautiful overtake on Cashy, and Cashy now being overtaken by Not Velocity up the inside here. And now John Meister into P2, so we're coming around lap 19. We'll be coming around lap 20 this time by, and that will set us up with 5 laps to go, and Godfather retires from the session. Godfather spins sector 3. Did this just save Graxon's day? Is John Meister's purple third sector? No safety car is deployed, but Graxon will come through. And we can see here, you can see where Godfather went off, but no safety car is deployed for that. So there we go, no safety car deployed at that one, and the car is just cleared away. We're 5 laps to go. Graxon needs to make up 20 seconds almost to try to make his way into P10. Jalajne gets past Simon for 10th place right now, and John Meister in 2nd place is right on the back of Myros for the win and for the championship. What can he do here? What can anyone do? Keep watching this race. We don't know where this will end, and it's 5 laps of action, and anything can happen.
5 laps of action right now. Żelazny overtake Bartes. Godfather just left the lobby, the session of the game, and Maverick fighting with Baran. Baran is as a ghost right now, and this is a disaster for Red Bull right now. Debe fighting with Buciek wheel to wheel, very close to the wall. Was now Debe, but didn't hit that, and hopefully we don't have another safety car. Maybe we reached the limit for the race of the safety cars. Maybe they didn't pay enough for the safety cars to came out once again. But right now, wheel to wheel, John Meister with not velocity, still saved. But what happened? No!
Oh my god! Oh my god! John Meister and Myros come together! And that spins John Meister is back into P11! Oh my god!
What a roller coaster! DRS now enable. I'm speechless. 4 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, and right now we don't have any answer for you. Graxon losing 12 seconds, fresh pair of softs, but still able to jump with the fastest lap right now. So he stole 1 point for any other driver right now, and I believe Graxon will turn on his flying mode right now, but still 4 laps to go, and Baran P12, John Meister P11, and Graxon P13. We can see that Graxon is earning that time, but it will be enough. John Meister with the 3 seconds time penalty!
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
what
my
is
lord.
happening? Oh my god. Graxon just got handed a lifeline is what happened. John Meister and Myros coming together, and that sends both of them into the wall and possibly just gave Graxit the championship back. But checking back in at the front of the field here, because while that's going on, we also need to watch up front because Jack is trying to challenge forward for the lead, and he gets it. Jack currently leading lap 21 of 25, going in through the third sector, not Velocity P2, Tazo P3, DRS is enabled, and there is the top 6 in DRS with each other. This Las Vegas Grand Prix has been one for the history books, and one to leave in the history books, I must say.
Yeah. And Brad, imagine if Jack will be participating in every single race, and now we would have something like this, but not only 2, but 3 drivers will be fighting for the championship. This will be totally a madness. Of course it is right now, but it will be even more.
This is absolutely insane to see. And remember, before the last couple of rounds, Jack was in contention for the championship. And of course, Jack, unfortunately having to take care of some personal things, and we always keep the stance of family comes first here, and Jack doing what is right to take care of his family, but it did cost him possibly the opportunity for being in that competition on the Drivers' Championship, and as it stands right now, it is going to be Graxit P1 and John Meister P2, because remember, for John Meister to win the championship, he would have to be top 3 right now. If he was in the top 3, he would be the champion. But he's not.
I believe if there wouldn't be a safety car right now, John Meister will have a single chance to do that. And I think we don't have to be afraid to set both of us, Bradley, that this race is a disaster. I do not have any other words for this race, because I don't remember when the last time we have something like this, that almost half of the race we have under the safety car conditions.
It's been a long time. That's part of the reason why admin made the decision to change down to reduce safety car, because we spent too much time behind safety car. And then what did we get for the final race of the season? Just a gentle reminder. And here's a gentle reminder. Look at Dabe getting past Tazo up into 4th place. As it stands, Alfa Romeo is P2 in the Constructors' Championship. And as it stands, Kashti will be P3 in the Drivers' Championship. So keep your eyes on several battles that are still going on here. But I'm not going to say it yet, because you never know what could happen. However, lap 23 of 25 going through, and Dabe spins around and is now facing backwards down the main straight. He's going to get back going, Kashti up into 4th, and Dabe will drop several positions here as he tries to reverse and turn that car around. That's going to freak out Graxit coming through, but Graxit, understanding there's a ghost there, keeps going. Good information from his race engineer to just stay on pedal on the metal. And Dabe was running P4, and now Dabe is down to P13. And if that's not a summation of Dabe's season, I don't know what is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of situations like this when Dabe was on a very good position, maybe even fight for the podium. But always some things happened, and he fell down a lot. Right now, John Meister P9, Graxit P12. 2 laps to go.
And as they cross the line, lap 24 of 25 here, starting, and Kashti has Jalajne up his inside here around turn 1, and Jalajne is just going to slot right in there into 4th place. He wants to try to go for a podium, but 2.5 seconds that Jalajne needs to make up to the driver ahead. As we go through these final 2 laps, keep your eyes forward, because Jack, in that beautiful, special Vegas Ferrari livery that I absolutely loved.
Yeah.
Everyone's a Ferrari fan. Even if you say you're not a Ferrari fan, you have to be a Ferrari fan. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that one out there. But Jack is going to be trying to chase down Not Velocity for the win. And what does the race strategy be for Jack? Does he stay behind and try to do the pass on the final lap? Or does he want to go for the pass now and then defend it on the final lap? The power of GRS is very, very strong here in the Vegas Grand Prix. So what will be Jack's decision as we go down this very, very, very long back straight?
I believe he will be waiting for the best moment to attack, and will be saving his ERS until the last moment just to be sure that he can overtake. But Tazo is chasing Maverick right now. Tazo and Maverick. Tazo overtaked Maverick and placing himself once again on the P6. But John Meister just overtaked Bartes, and we can clearly see that John Meister's car is like with the fuel of the rocket ship and chasing down any other positions. Right now, the next victim of John Meister's car will be Maverick, but he is losing to him 1.3 seconds behind. Will be John Meister be able to overtake five drivers to stand on the podium and win the championship? Impossible is nothing, but
something catastrophic would have to happen here on this final half a lap. We're going through all the way down here into the right-hander of turn 3, watching Maverick just settle down and try to defend off Tazo and try to charge against Kashti. Not a lot of room here. Check in on the battle for the leaders here, Syntax, because it's going to be Jack and not Velocity. Jack has just a couple more opportunities to try to get this pass done and try to get the win here in the final round of the season.
Exactly. John is trying to attack Tazo right now, less than a 0.2 of a second. Baran overtaken by Simon, so this is also something unusual. This is also pretty new, but Baran was looking very strong. I believe that something's wrong with the car. He couldn't manage to go on the turn properly. Right now, John Meister overtaking Tazo, but it will be not enough. It will be not enough to fight for the championship. Right now, P7 losing 1.7 second behind Maverick. Maverick is chasing Kashti, but it will be not enough. But Jack on the millimeters won with not velocity, 36 tenths of a second. Maverick with 5-second time penalty.
Wow. The championship goes the wonderful way of the Bulls in real life, and it goes the wonderful way of the Bulls in pole position racing. Graxon, take a bow, my friend, for you are Season 9 pole position racing champion. And he brings it home for the Red Bulls through luck, strategy, and a little bit of luck, I'll say. Finishing 12th in the race, but does bring home the championship, Syntax. In the end, John Meister, with his tangle with Myros, drops him back. And that race is one that I would like to throw in the record books. And I'm American. I love America. However, I would be very, very appreciative if we just don't come back to Vegas.
I'm writing to drivers for the interview, so if you don't mind, if you would like to say something more, I will be appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of watching the podium celebrations here. It was not Velocity and Jack up P1, P2. And of course, the Ferrari driver there, very, very happy with where he finished. Jack, not Velocity, Buchek finishing off your top 3. Jalajne P4, Kashti drops down into 5th. Tazo 6th, Barthes 7th. John Meister was able to claw his way back up to 8th place after his incident with Myros, but it will not be enough. And John Meister will take P2 in the Constructors' Championship, or in the Drivers' Championship. I keep mixing that up. Maverick will finish 9th place. Simon 10th. Baran 11th. And Graxon 12th place. But that is all Graxon had to have to get the Drivers' Championship and claim the championship in Season 9 here at Pole Position Racing. Myros P13. And Debe brings it home 14th place. Of course, we will look here down as you had Godfather, Wasserschwein, and Kula are 3 retirements here. But again, the big story, the Drivers' Championship, Graxon and John Meister settle it up, and Graxon has the Drivers' Championship. And then, of course, in the Constructors' Championship, it is Red Bull, Alfa Romeo, and the Mercedes slide down to P3 in the Constructors. And Syntax is getting us set up for the driver interviews, as we will want to hear from our drivers and see what all they have to say about the events of what's been a long and successful season and what's been a long and successful time for them. And Syntax, do we have any drivers ready to interview?
Yes, and we'll begin from our third place today.
3 times.
Bucek. Bucek. Welcome, Bucek.
Hello.
Nice to hear you. Nice to see you on the podium, mate.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, that's very. I am very happy, to be honest. As you may see, this race was kinda
Disaster.
Yes.
Yes. Don't be afraid to say this word. Yeah, Bucek, big congrats, because it's a long time that we haven't seen you racing, but you came back almost at the end of this season, and we can clearly see that you enjoyed it and you have a pace.
Yeah. That was the decision to come back. So it was kinda. I don't know what to say. But yeah, I saw that F123 was on discount, so I thought, yeah, maybe I would buy it. I bought it like 3 hours before it was Brazil race.
Probably.
Yeah, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it. It's way better than 22.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, I can see that I have pace in a race, because on quali I'm not gonna lie, not happy with my times. But yeah, I was also very lucky in this race to gain that P3, because one more lap and Żelazny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Żelazny will be there. So
Yeah, he will be overtaking you. Yeah, it looks like this, because he also have an amazing pace until the end of this race. But nevertheless, a disaster race. I have any other worse words for this race, but nevertheless, Bucek, P3 for you. Of course, this is the end of the season, so big congrats of this race. And last question to you: would we see you in the next season?
if I qualificate, of course.
Yeah, it is, of course, the qualifications and barrages, but it is still time. We just finished our ninth season of the pole position racing league. So, okay, thank you so much, Bucek. I hope you enjoyed these few races that you have, and we will see you in the upcoming season.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, now we have another driver for our interviews, and it will be not Velocity. Welcome.
Yeah, hi.
May I speak to you like a Velocity, because it not because this not aspect I was catching myself is like not Velocity. Okay.
No, Velocity is okay. It's not as a joke, so yeah. The real name is Velocity.
But definitely, we've seen that you have a pace today, and it will, of course, the race was a disaster, but standing on the podium so close close to win. It was like almost 36 or 38 tenths of a second. So that was an amazing, a milliseconds between you and Jack.
Oh yeah, it was very close. So the last 3 rounds, I will save my battery for the last round. So, but yeah, it was not enough. So P2 is okay. P2 is good. So maybe last season, next season.
Yeah, clearly, by the whole season, did you enjoy racing with us? Because as I know, this was your first season with us.
Yeah, it was my first season. So on the half of the season, I have become a cockpit, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I hope the next season I'm stay here. Yeah.
This make me a really happy man right now, because I always like to see a very good drivers on the track with an amazing pace, and you are clearly one of them. So I hope we will see you in the season 10th.
Yeah, I hope to. I hope.
Okay, thank you so much, Velocity.
Yeah, thank you.
And we will see you next season.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, so right now, no one else but our winner of today's race, and welcome, Jack.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. That race was a disaster, but you won. And we were talking about you with Bradley while you were driving. That if the conditions of course personal life will be a little bit different, you will be fighting for a championship today.
Yeah, but it happens.
Of course, and as Bradley said, family is first always.
Yeah.
And we fully respectful your decision. We are how is it called? Please help me. That we are behind you, standing next to you,
Yeah.
and you can always count on us. So nevertheless, big congrats for another win, Jack.
Thank you.
I believe that you will be able to fight with the best for championship, but not if now. Maybe in the next season, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna try my hardest to fight for the championship next season.
Okay, so also we have a confirmation that Jack will be participating next season. Brad, did you hear that?
I'm so excited. Cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm ready. I just hope Las Vegas isn't in the next season.
Yeah.
That was the most boring race of my life.
Trust us, for us it was also a very boring race, and we are speaking about the weather in Poland and the US.
I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the Singapore race a couple of seasons back?
Of course.
It felt a lot worse than that.
Yeah, it was like three safety cars in a row, so 9 laps under the safety car conditions. Trust us, we don't have anything to add.
I'm pretty sure it was like 4 or 5 safety cars in total.
Yes, and one virtual safety car. Jack, a few words from you on this race.
Well, first off, it was a disaster. But then once the racing actually happens, I felt confident because the two Red Bulls were out the fight. And it was the two front runners were on hards and I was on fresh softs. So I knew there was a podium in the bag. I was hoping for a win, but I knew guaranteed there was a podium. So I just tried my best to get through the field as fast as possible with the fresh softs and you know try and save some of my ERS for the last few laps. It didn't. Well, I didn't save any. It was awful management, but it was a really nice fight with not velocity. It was really close in the end as well.
Yeah.
I was shaking. I was like, oh god, he's got me here. But I won by what, like 300ths of a second.
Exactly. So right now, this is the end. A long way behind us already. So I know that you will be participating, but I believe mentality wouldn't be changing. You want to fight for the highest goals in this
Yes, indeed.
in this league.
Still trying to get that my first championship.
You couldn't be much closer than you was right now, so I believe you will be closer next season. I hope so, and fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
It was really close up until Spain, and then the Spain happened, and then my family issues. So
Of course, we understand that. Okay, Jack, thank you so much for the whole season, for today's race. Thank you for everything. It was a pleasure once again.
and thank you for sticking around all that race. You guys must have been more than we were. Just
Thank
watching
you,
a safety car go around.
Yeah. I
Safety
hope
car
we will
MVP.
not have a race like this ever again.
Same here. Well, I hope you two have a very good Christmas.
Yeah, you too, Jack. Thank you so much.
Ta-ra.
Yeah, take care. Bye bye. Okay, Bradley. It is the time that we've been waiting for a long, long time.
Oh boy.
No one else but Graxen and John Meisters, our two amazing drivers, fight for today's championship. Welcome, guys. It was this race was a disaster, right? Since the beginning.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yes, it was.
Graxent, John, can you tell us what happened at the beginning of this race? Because I've seen that Graxent slept a little bit on the start. As you can see right now, Bradley will show you a clip. Bradley, are we able to put that clip on the stream?
Yes, it is on the stream. Well, I'm trying to put it on the stream if it'll load.
Because for me, it's still a game. Okay, now we have a clip. So firstly, let's try to see the clip and then we will discuss it, okay? Because I believe we have a little bit more time today, so we will talk a little bit, okay, guys?
That's good.
Sure.
It's good.
Lap 1 here. You could see that things get underway and kind of watching just that center side of the screen as things go into playing. It's kind of crazy
Yeah.
there. It's yeah. It's a little crazy, I'll say.
On the right was Kashti, in the middle was Graxent, and as I mentioned, John was on the left side. So there was a sandwich, and there was no place to avoid this, I believe. It was, of course, not intentional, but when we saw these guys,
Nah,
it
I
was
just-
like, oh
Yeah,
my god.
I had no place to go. I mean, the right side was Casti, so I just hold my line. Trying to hold my line, but eventually we spin together and get 5 seconds penalty. So yeah.
Exactly. Do we have another clip? Yeah, we have a clip from John Meister. So we can see clearly the perspective of it. It was a very close and narrow corner.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, I went.
You went
I
really
jumped up
deep
there.
a little bit.
It was rough. And I've got one more clip for you all. This one is compliments of Tazo. This was his view of the race start. So, because that race start, I think, really kind of set the momentum for the whole race and sort of showed just how challenging this track is. But if you watch here with Tazo's on board, you can see Tazo gets away well. You look down, and then it's just absolutely chaos through. And
Yeah,
then,
first corner, people don't understand the first corner because you go deep in the corner and there's almost no grip. So
Yeah.
that's why people just, just go off the track almost and bump in each other.
Grax and John, please just admit that both of you were speaking before the race and you said, okay, let's make something crazy, just crash on the first corner and we will see what will happen.
when I start the race lap, I say to my teammate, turn 1 gonna be chaos, for sure.
And it was.
Yeah. Because this corner is in the beginning so narrow because there's no grip, so you need to brake so early.
Yes, indeed. And I believe, John, that was the situation between you and Kula when you were start braking and Kula just hit you on your back. That's why he DNF'd, right?
I don't know. But we crashed on the finish line, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you just
but it
went
was
straight.
almost at the beginning of the race after the first safety car.
believe it was
Voila.
this
don't think-
incident that you're referring to, Syntax, and I'll put it up on stream here in just a moment. Believe it was actually this incident that Kula and that they're talking about. This was under,
What is-
I believe, safety car.
Yeah.
I think it's a wide monitor, which I think is why this looks like this.
Yeah, I was trying to ask what is that POV. He's fast on this on his screen.
Ooh.
Well
Ooh.
done.
Yeah. Which, of course, stewards will look at that one. I won't give
Oh,
any sort of opinion there. I don't
I'll
know
say
what to say to that.
straight,
That'll be a
no?
steward's thing for later.
yeah, exactly. So, John, let's start from you. It was a pretty difficult for you and for Graxang since the first lap. A lot of safety cars. Strategy probably in both of your heads was changing, like in the roller coaster. Maybe softs, maybe mediums. I don't know. But definitely a most chaotic race that we ever have in this league. There was a huge chance because you were actually on the P3, but Myros just turned into you, I believe, in the turn 7 it was, or maybe 8, I believe. And you fell down a lot on the positions, I believe, and it makes everything change because there was also a situation that Graxen went to pit 5 laps until the end of the race, and we were trying to figure it out with Bradley what is happening right now and why Graxen decided to go for the new fresh pair of softs. That was a purely and clearly the best position for you, John, that you could possibly win the championship.
It was very close, honestly, because I guess there were 5 laps left or 6. I don't know exactly.
Yes.
I was hoping we could stick to cars there, but an incident happened with Myros, and I know that's over. That's it. I got front wing damage, and nothing.
Yeah. Question to you both. Stress was huge for you today?
Yes. For me, yeah, because if I make a mistake, it's over. So for me, it was a little bit more stress than before.
Actually, both of you made a lot of mistakes today.
The safety car make a mistake today because this game is
Yeah.
so shit.
Yeah,
We
it was
are together in the to start finish. It's safety car in. We go. I overtake someone, and it was again safety car in his lap, and then my teammate spun. I hit my teammate. I got wing damage, and then but no wing damage here on this week is also shit. So I just pitted because I was thinking then the safety car was still out of the track, but he was in. So yeah, that's why I lose. That's why I pitted last lap because I was thinking the safety car was still going on the track.
I see.
Mm.
I see. Brad, I can see that we have another VOD from the race, so you can show us. It was a situation between John and Myros, I believe.
Yeah, this was the lap 20 incident between Myros and John Meister. That John Meister going for the lead, attack with Myros, and then they came together. And I think this was the moment for me where things really got wild with 5 to go. This was the point where it became, the question really became, okay, well, what's going to happen at this point? Because John Meister very clearly up the inside, a very, very good shot there, and then just 2 into 1 can't go. It was crazy because for a moment there, it did look like John Meister, you were 100% there and had the championship in the bag after Graxent hitting there with whatever that safety car mess was. But then everything kicked back around and swung back the other way. So just goes to show you just how wild this race was.
Yeah, if the safety car was never bugged, then yeah, it was just normal race. But the safety car just bugged the whole thing. That's so shit.
Even that was a reduced safety car, so I would not even imagine how it could looks like when we will have in the normal conditions. It will be even more a disaster. Guys, amazing season from both of you. A lot of emotions for us, for viewers, for you as a drivers, for your teams, and I couldn't count anymore. You done a really good job this season, and big congrats for you, Graxen, because I think it's almost 100% sure, because we know that from the graphics that John had to be in the top 3, but he wasn't, of course. But you done an amazing job the whole season. You make our job much more excited for the viewers, for the fans, and I believe, as I'm asking every single driver today, we will see you in the next season, right?
Yes, you will see you next season, of course. And I just want to thank everyone who supported me in this season. I mean, the season was good for me, but only this round was just shit. I mean, every race top 5 finish was just so good. So I will thank everyone who supported me this season, and thank you guys for that.
John?
Yes.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Any words?
No.
No. I believe this race was purely not fun for you, so I could
So
imagine.
it was up and downs, a lot of up and downs.
Yeah, I can imagine. But nevertheless, thank you so much for that, and I hope we'll see you. You will be racing too, right? In the
Yeah.
next season.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I hope the next season will be even much stronger than we have now, and it will comes with more emotions, more racing, not safety cars. And right now, I'm as a head of commentators, I'm making statement. Please, admins, not ever race on the Las Vegas. Thank you so much. Whole PPR right now is signing under this petition. Yeah, because we don't want to see that again. Okay, John Graxent, thank you once again so much. It was amazing, and of course, if it will be opportunity to restart and maybe give another track to finish with this grand final race on this season, I will choose for you a Monaco. It will be even much funnier. But thank you so much for this season, and I hope everyone was enjoying as much as we do.
Yes.
Yes, it's good, man.
Same,
Thank
same.
you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. And Syntex,
All right.
that is a good way to round off 12 rounds of what's been a very, very exciting season. And I believe at this point, you had said that you had an announcement you wanted to make, so I am going to step back and let the floor be yours.
Thank you, Bradley. Oh boy, this might be a little bit emotional, but I wasn't speaking with anyone about that. But I decided to retire as a commentator, as a driver right now. I need to make a pause, maybe even longer. Maybe I will not come back. But for now, I will definitely step back as a commentator in this beautiful league, PPR, known as Foxes Racing League. I'm here since the beginning, and sometimes it's just like the time that you have. Maybe not saying goodbye, because I will not leave from the Discord, from the server, from the community. Maybe I will participate as a driver in Monaco if it will be next season, but not any other track, because the age, and of course I'm not that fast as a younger drivers, and I'm not Alonso, so I wouldn't be that quick. So yeah, but it is time to say thank you for these 9 seasons. It was a pleasure being your commentator, your driver. I know that I could possibly annoyed a lot of you while I was driving, shouting at you, and magic happened. For example, that famous shot from the France when my wheel just disappeared, and it happens once again. But yeah, this is it. So thank you so much, Brad. It was extremely pleasure to deal every single moment here with you. We've have also ups and downs, but I believe we make a special duo right now. You can trust me or not, but my voice is shaking right now, and yeah, it's kind of emotional for me. A long time here, so yeah, it is like this.
Syntex, you've been with the league since the beginning, and I'll say on behalf of the league, Dziękuję.
Dziękuję. Oh, that's cute. Thank you so much, bro.
There's the announcement. Syntex stepping away from the commentary booth after 9 seasons and lots of memories. We'll talk some about that in the off season. Look for some good events to come up from the off season here in pole position racing. Some nice moments. We'll have some reflection. We'll do some conversations. We'll have some fun drives, and we'll get things ready for season 10. And if any admin are in the chat and would like to tell me when the season 10 date is, I would like to be perfectly okay with announcing that now, or we can hold on for a minute. I'm okay, whatever way you want to go. But hashtag thank you, Syntex is going to be trending for a little bit, I believe. So, with that being said,
Hello.
Oh, we have
Can I
Debba.
join quickly?
hey,
If
We're
you can-
spontaneously
Once again, I have to mute the stream. Yeah, so maybe some news, but first of all, I want to thank you, commentators, for doing incredible job whole season. Without you, it won't be the same. Without the videos you can watch after the races, I mean, the Las Vegas probably won't be a good show. But yeah, generally speaking, love you guys for doing your job. Maybe Celtics, you have some time, you have the winter break, you know. Let's think about it if you really want to retire, because it's really necessary. I think we can talk about it later.
Listen, things might be considered. It depends on the circumstances, but no. For now, decision is not changeable. Maybe if I will see opportunity, maybe I will come back. As I said, for now, definitely not as a commentator. Maybe as a driver. I will see, but for now, it is how it is. I'm not saying goodbye or farewell, because I'm not saying goodbye. I'm not leaving, as I mentioned, but I will be there. So if you would like to share some things with me, or we'll speak, or any other sort of or things, I'm here.
Okay, sure. So I will contact you later. Yeah. So also a big thanks to drivers in our league, which prove that we can race cleanly. Maybe not in this track again, but yeah, I enjoyed a lot of fights with all of you guys. With some I raced more time, with some less, but I enjoyed for sure. When it comes to people with special thanks, I would like to thanks to Tazo and Gris for making all the graphics stuff, and generally managing Discord, because that's all thanks to them. Also, thanks to Bartes for helping me organizing stuff and being very good FIA director, like our Nils Wittisch. And yeah, when it comes to next season, I think we have all now need the winter break, and in January we plan to do the playoffs for next season, as only 8 drivers has guaranteed spot in next 10th season. It will be special for sure, because I can announce it now. It will be a longer one, like the first one, maybe not 21 rounds, but it will be a long season that will finish probably with end of the game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
With Las Vegas twice in a
Yeah,
row. As you said.
no, because I didn't win. If I win, then yes, but I didn't win, so no. Probably Las Vegas might be in the calendar, but I think that might be a choice by someone. We'll talk about it later also.
Of course.
Yeah, so once again, thank you very much, all of you that support PPR and helping developing it.
Thank you so much, Deba, for giving us a chance to help you and enjoy as much as you do being in this league.
Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Good night. So this is it, Bradley.
I don't want it to end. Is that bad?
No. We still have a place for some podcast.
That is very much true. And I'll give my final round of thank yous. And again, I will have a longer post on Discord. So if you'd like to see it, again, join the Pole Position Racing Discord and you can see all of that. But of course, a big thank you to Syntax first for always being there and helping out. I had a large period of this season where I was absent, and Syntax doing a lot to hold down the fort and try to keep things moving as he could and keeping things forward. A huge thank you to everyone that's watched, everyone that's been involved. A huge thank you to, of course, our sponsors and collaborators, Llama 1138, Gris, Azo, Barthez. The names go on and on. Racetracks.pl, of course, they're giving away those amazing trophies to our top 3 in the Drivers' Championship. So a huge thank you to them for helping to support Moza Racing, being a affiliate and having a supporting link that they have that you can help support the league with if you want to upgrade your sim gear, which is amazing. And just a huge thank you to everyone who has tuned in, watched a VOD, tweeted, been on the Facebook page, been on TikTok, anything that they've done to be involved with the league. It's what gives this league the momentum to move forward, and it's what makes this place so special. So, with all of that being said, I am going to go enjoy a nice long Christmas break and get ready for some Christmas celebrations, some presents, some family, and of course, get ready to come back in January and do this all over again. So, with all that being said, for the final time here in Season 9, on behalf of Syntex, my name is Brad, and we will see you in the new year.
Bye.